If you're just getting started in landscape photography and you want to know how to create that nice cool blurry effect in the water, then this is a tutorial for you. Hey everyone, my name is Tommy Reynolds, welcome back to the channel, and in this episode I'm going to show you very quickly how you can get that nice blurry effect in the water using what's called a neutral density filter. So how do we do this? Well, first of all, we need to lower our shutter speed. That's the theory. We need to drag our shutter speed down to 30 seconds. And in that 30 seconds, the waves are going to be moving and moving and moving, and your camera is going to be recording that movement for the entire 30 seconds, or as near as you can to 30 seconds, to get that nice blurry effect. Now, if you do that, the problem is though, is that that's going to let in a lot of light into your camera. So we need to compensate. So we need to bring our aperture up as high as it will go. So my camera can go, on this lens anyway, can go to f22, and I need to bring the ISO down as low as it can. On this camera, again, it's 50. I want the least amount of light coming into the lens because I know that 30 seconds is going to be a long time. The only problem with that is it's during the day. Now, even at f22 and even at an ISO of 50, I'm still getting an overexposed image at shutter speed of 30 seconds, as you can see here. So what can you do about it? Well, you can wait for the light to go down so it's near enough dark, or it's at night, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to come back here. So this is where a neutral density filter comes in. Now, you can get ones here by Lee that I'm using here. Lee, I think, makes some of the best filters in the world, or you can get screw-on ones that just screws directly onto the camera. But me, I like to use the Lee filter system. They're great. So I'm going to slot this in, and then we're going to take a shot and see what it looks like when you use this guy. So when you have this on, this is like having a pair of sunglasses over your camera. So by putting this in, this is going to make it look like it's almost at night, which means that the camera can get that 30 seconds. It can get all the light in without overexposing the image, which is really important. Another important thing about that as well is I don't want to shoot at f22, I want to shoot at maybe at f10. Well, with this neutral density, I can do that. There are many on the market, there are loads. You can get some that are like 10 stops, 9 stops, 8, you name it. I've gone for a 10 stop one, so this allows me to get 30 seconds out of my camera. As you can see here, this is what it looks like without a filter. This is what it looks like if I shoot at 1/100th of a second at f10 at ISO 200. You can see it's very kind of boring, plain, you know, the waves, they don't look very dramatic, but that's why I want to lower it down to 30 seconds. Now, as I just said, if I do that, I'm going to need to crank the aperture up, I'm going to need to bring the ISO down, but it still looks overexposed. And again, this is where this beautiful piece of glass comes in. I'm going to put this over the front of my camera like so. So now my camera's going to be like, oh my god, it's really dark, I'm going to need to lower your shutter speed. So now I can shoot at a shutter speed of 30 seconds, and this is the result. Now, the advantage of using the Lee system in particular, this is a filter holder. As I say, you can get some that screw in, but the advantage of this is I can put 2 filters in at once if I wanted to. So I'm actually going to put a second one in, but you don't have to do this. This is like an optional step. But for my second filter, I'm going to use a neutral density graduated filter. Now, what on earth is that? Let me show you. So this is what it looks like. It's a piece of glass, and you can see it's graduated. It's not a straight black line. It's just a faded edge. And the idea is I want to put this into the filter holder and only cover the top. Now, you can see behind me the sky here. Sky is always going to be brighter than the ground. So I need to get the dynamic range of the sky back to what it looks like, or what it appears to be the same brightness as the ground. So as you can see here, by bringing it down, you can see it darkens it, but I only want that to be, I only want the sky to be dark. I don't want anything else to be dark. So just to sum up, it's an absolutely fantastic system. Doubling these up make for an awesome dynamic image. You can see we get that lovely blur effect, and you can do this anywhere, anything that's moving. So this is always great for water. And obviously you're going to need a tripod because you're not going to hold this still for 30 seconds. So make sure you get yourself a decent tripod. I'm using here today the Manfrotto B3 travel tripod, which is my favorite travel tripod to use. I use this all the time when I go traveling. So thanks ever so much for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, please make sure you hit the like or share button, or subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and I will see you next time. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.